when last we left you, you all had made your way into Zardok's fortress. You had learned in your travels across the Icewind Dale that Zardok Sunblight, the Dwergar warlord that had made his way from the deep dark up to the surface, had crafted a plot to destroy and conquer the 10 towns. You'd learned that there was some dissent within his ranks after infiltrating his fortress. Another Dwergar warlord named Grandolfa Mosgart, who he had sought out an alliance with, was not too fond of his harebrained scheme to launch a dragon made out of Shardolin, the crystalline substance that bore evil, demonic, magical powers, to conquer the whole 10 towns in the Icewind Dale, and then after conquered by Dragonfire, overrun it with monsters from the Underdark that had been converted into spore servants. You treated with Grandolfa, and she told you that she had a couple of her agents guarding the eastern elevator. After exploring several of the rooms and engaging in combat with some suits of animated armor in a training room, you made your way down into the lower levels of the forge, exiting the elevator and entering into Zardok's throne chambers, where Zardok was not present, but you found a Myconid sovereign by the name of Plurota, who was a giant being made out of fungus that was being accosted by several of the Quaggoths that you had learned about. These Underdark monsters, one of which had ripped its arm off and were taking its spores and shaking them over the deceased bodies of fallen comrades, turning them into the spore servants. With the aid of the 2 Dwergar that you had managed to convert to your side, for Grandolfa, you were able to defeat the Quaggoth host in the room, the Dwergar guard standing outside of the throne room, and the undead spore servants that had been turned so by the spores of the Myconid sovereign. We bring you all now to the throne room, where Plurota had gathered you all around and had shaked his spores upon you, granting you a mass cure wound spell effect, essentially. And oh dear, Syrinscape crashed. Syrinscape, sponsor us. We use your product. Take us in some change. Everybody, if you're watching this and you'd like to run your D&D campaign, Syrinscape, awesome. When it doesn't crash. I bring you to the audio accompaniments of Zardok's Forge. Okay. You all gather around in the large chamber here, and let me make sure that you're there, Ordella. Ordella, you are there and relatively rested. The 2 Dwergar that remain have been converted to your side. Each of them whip out healing potions that are attached to their belts, and they chug down a couple of them. 4, 8. One of them gets 8 points of healing, and the other one grabs 4 points of healing. And we're going to do it one more time as they take down a couple more. 6 and 6. As each of them chug a couple of potions of healing and regather some strength. They look over at all of you and sort of look to you for command and order. Plurota looks over at all of you, and he looks at you and he says, "Thank you for freeing me." And he sort of bows his head and takes his arm, and he holds it up to where like his arm socket was, and these like little tendrils that almost look like hyphae, fungal hyphae, extend from his arm socket and connect to the arm that was like taken off of him and reattach it like little tendrils that grow it back onto him. And he sort of flexes and moves his fingers and then says, "I shall take my leave back to the deep." And he bows to you all, and he moves towards the big double doors, and he just tosses them open. Like, just pushes them open and moves out of the room down the following hallway.
Before he leaves, can I ask him if he's got friends? Because hey, Plurota, do you have friends that could come and help us as we seek to make sure that the same thing that happened to you happens to no one else? That these people don't take advantage of anybody else?
Roll, I guess, persuasion or something.
Okay.
He doesn't seem to really like understand what you mean exactly. It's almost like he doesn't like the concept of friends. It seems sort of foreign to him, and he says something like, "My place is not here. I return to the deep." Like what you're saying doesn't make sense to him, really.
So are there more like you?
You ask her, okay, so you ask, are there more like you?
Yeah.
He says, because you're able to speak with plants right now. He says, "Few. Once were many, now are few." I am many. He then sort of says, "I am many, and many are I."
I think I understand. Well, I wish you safe travels, and I'm glad we could help.
And he says, "To you." Bows his head, and he pushes the double doors in the far end of that guarded tunnel open, and he exits.
As that's going on, can I look over at Leonard and I will say, did you end up, you mentioned something about a ring of third level spell slots. Did you actually give that to anyone?
I have not yet given that to anyone, but I do have it if you would like it.
I would very much like such a beauty.
Yeah, absolutely. Once a day. It lasts for 3 days unless I recreate it. So just remind me. But yeah, you can have that.
What does
Once
it look
a day
like?
can restore a spell up to 3rd level. It's less a ring and more like a mechanical steampunky glove.
Can it be like a Nintendo Power Glove?
Well, so that's what it was in my head. I was trying to archaify that or anachronize that, I guess would be the word. So like a steampunky Nintendo Power Glove that gives you your magic back once a day.
Yeah, like you push in the right combination of buttons, and like it activates the weave. It's like,
yeah, it's the Contra code, which, by the way, in case anyone was unclear,
up, down, left, right, B, A, select, start.
Yeah, that works on the Konami code, works on kids' toys. So we have, because we have a little video game controller for baby girl, and if you punch in the Konami code on it, it makes a special noise and says "secret unlocked" and all sorts of stuff. Anyhow, that's
awesome.
It's fascinating. But yes, you can have the ring. It looked cool.
Okay. Is it an action or bonus action to use?
I believe it's an action. Let me see. Infusions.
Either way,
while
can I go
wearing
ahead
this
and
ring,
use it? Do I have to be attuned to it, or does it matter? Or
While wearing this ring, let's see, it doesn't say requires attunement. While wearing this ring, the creature can recover one expended spell slot as an action, 3rd level or lower. Once used, it can't be used again until the next dawn.
okay, I will slide on the ring, and can I recover a 3rd level spell slot?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. You got a spell slot back. The 2 Dwergar look over at you guys, and they each have 1 additional health potion. They have returned to full, and they sort of like hold them up like, as if
I'm
to
good.
offer,
Thank
as
you.
if to offer anybody restorative healing.
No one else needs it. I'll take one. Because
Yeah,
I couldn't
they
get
pa-
close enough for the cure wounds.
They pass you a potion of health.
I'll take one.
They pass you the other one.
It's 2d4 plus 2.
Yes.
So 6 hit points.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
You know.
They watered mine down.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. It's been watered down. They cut
You
it
got the
a little bit.
discount version.
Oh,
It's the great value healing potion.
clearly.
Wow.
Well, I know who we're not getting to sponsor us.
I know, right?
Oh. No, I shouldn't say that. Great value's amazing. I buy all those products.
Not anymore.
I won't take a dime of the Waltons' money.
I'll take
now they're dead to
I
us.
will take every
That-
penny of the Walton's money.
That's fine. More from me.
You'll have to go to their
Chelsea.
private bunker where they were willing to sacrifice the rest of humanity for themselves.
That sounds
Aren't
like an
we
awesome.
all?
That sounds like an awesome D&D campaign. Let's go there.
I mean, that sounds like a Tuesday for me.
Okay. The 2 other Dwergar in the room sort of look at you guys and sort of look to you for direction as to what next.
How are they looking health-wise?
After drinking their health potions, they look okay.
Okay.
I still technically have Spirit Guardians up a total of 10 minutes, so I don't mind leading the way, given that we know some of these things can be invisible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that idea.
So I don't.
Can that area of effect be moved, or does it stay static where it was originally cast?
It is around me, so it's wherever I move. So it
Lovely.
is centered on me. So yeah, do we want to go through the double door or the individual? I mean, the guy went through the double door, so I guess I'll follow him.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I'll go behind you.
So I feel like he'll make a commotion when he progresses through this place, right? A big sponge monster?
He was actually really quite silent as he moved.
Oh.
It's like he was made out of sponge.
So nobody will mind him going through then.
I mean, he left.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know about mind, but
As long as he doesn't leave a mess. What kind of sponge?
the immediate,
The wet kind with that's already dirty, or
like a mushroom. He's a literal mushroom man.
So I think what I was curious about is, can we tell if a place is safe to move through because he moved through it and nobody yelled at him and tried to recapture him?
Okay, I'll just describe to you what you see as you sort of start to exit this door, Laterno. You see a large cavern ahead of you that is unlit and has a jagged 30-foot high ceiling. You hear a sounds of like some sort of struggle going on to the east, and you're able to sort of if you sort of look that direction, Laterno, you're able to sort of peer through some arrow slots that were in these guard chambers. These guard chambers that you previously were in, and what you see, Laterno, is you sort of are able to. I shouldn't say Laterno, not Yatara, Zarya. What you're able to see, Zarya, as you sort of are able to peer through these arrow slots, and I suppose the same for Leonard. Well, maybe not Leonard. I guess just Zarya, who's looking through the arrow slot. You see there are several Dwergar, like 3 or 4 of them that you're able to see, and they've got this large creature that they seem to be trying to restrain with ropes, and they've got some sort of like sack over top of its head, and it's like braying and bucking and like trying to like get away, basically.
Okay.
And they're trying to restrain it.
All right, I'm just gonna put my like finger over my lips and then like point in the air in the direction of the arrow slit, and then step back to allow anybody that wants to look through, just to kind of alert the others.
Yeah, I saw some of those guys creeping up. I just didn't know if I was supposed to see them. So,
you're supposed to be able to see anything that you can see.
All right.
Okay. So I originally saw it right here. Which direction did it look like they moved?
It looks like there's sort of an ongoing struggle happening. So it's sort of like back and forth and back, as like imagine it's like a bull that these things are trying to rope and rustle.
Got it. Okay. And is this door over here locked?
No.
Okay. I will go through the door.
The other creature had opened said door, the mushroom man.
Okay.
Yeah, as you go through the door, you can see these Dwergar that are struggling with that thing.
Do I recognize said thing?
Well, let's see. Actually, 2 of them should be enlarged, and 2 of them are not enlarged. The Dwergars, that is. 2 of them are not enlarged. This one's sort of wrapped around over here. Roll me nature. You don't recognize exactly what it is. I can tell you what you can see of it with sort of that nature check. You can't see its head. Its head is covering its body. It almost looks like insectoid, except it's large, and it seems to be biped, whatever it is. Sort of large biped insectoid thing. It's got very large claws that it's like snapping and crackling as the Dwergar are trying to like rope it down. They seem quite distracted and have not paid much notice to you. But if you're and it just depends on what you're trying to do, if you're trying to sneak by them or what, or where you're going.
So, does it look like this? This is a creature. Does it appear to be, just based on my understanding of it? Because I see that it has like, it's bipedal, like it has arms and a face. And,
yep.
Do I know if it's intelligent or not?
Why don't you roll nature?
See, nature. No. Okay. All right. Fair.
Leonard, it's an abominable horror.
All right. Well, all right. I'm taking a step back behind Uncle Cadillac over here.
The conflict between the Dwergar that are trying to rope the thing and it is sort of shifts more into like this big chamber here as they're sort of struggling with it and getting quite close to you, Zarya. Now, what are you guys doing?
I feel like if it gets that close, it's within my 15-foot radii, which means that they are entering my spirit guardians.
Okay. Okay. Yep. I forgot you had that.
Yeah.
Let me put that thing around you again. That's fun. Okay. I forgot you still had that up.
Yeah, it's for 10 minutes, so you can tell me when that's up, but...
Nope, it's still going. Yeah, so it and 2 of the Dwergar enter its radius. What happens now?
They need to make a check. Give me a moment. It's a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. The big thing rolls a 17.
17 passes.
The Dwergar we got a 14 and a 15.
14 fails, 15 meets, but passes. So half damage if it passes, and then full damage if it fails. The damage was 18 total.
Oh wow! So 9 to the passers, and 18 to the failures.
Yeah.
Okay. They all notice you as you've been smacked by it, and the big Dwergar turns and rips the mask off of its face. The bag that's covering this creature's head, and all of the Dwergar just drop the ropes that are trying to ensnare this thing. And they sort of jump backwards as the creature that you attack with your spirit guardians is just absolutely enraged. Everybody roll initiative. You still have your flamethrower, Leonard. How long is that up for?
1 hour.
Yeah, you've still got that. And you still have 2 Dwergar companions that are with you. They're back in the tunnel.
Whoopsie doodle.
Okay. And let me roll the 2 friendly Dwergars.
I need to turn that down a little bit.
Okay, can do. A little loud.
Yeah.
Working on it.
It's the grunts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The music was okay. The grunts.
Yeah, music's fine.
Okay, got it. This thing makes loud roars.
Clearly.
He's a big guy.
It's a big scary monster.
It makes good pelts.
Ooh.
Ordella, even Elven Spear, you're up first against this terrible monster.
Okay. Let me see what I got. It's been a while. Who am I?
Your Ordella Elven Spear.
Thank you, Captain Obvious. I'm gonna shoot. You know, yeah, I'm gonna shoot firebolt at it.
Okay. That's definitely gonna hit it.
Great. And then I guess another firebolt. Oh, poopies.
Yeah, that's gonna be a mess.
Oh well.
All right, Leonard, you're up. Actually, Ordella, as you started your turn within this thing and its head is off, I need you to. I'm going to let you have your firebolts at it, but you're able to As it sort of looks at you and you look at it, you firebolt at it. I need you to make a charisma save, please.
Oh, great. It's not gonna be good.
Okay. All right, I need you to roll a d8, please.
Uh-oh.
Okay, very good. You are surprised and sort of paralyzed for your next turn.
Oopies.
Leonard, you're up. What are you doing, Leonard?
Like I'm scared or like
You're
paralyzed, or-
like sort of incapacitated.
Okay. You're on mute, Kenny.
Sorry. I'm going to move to here with my drone. And then aim. my
Now, are
15-foot
you looking
drone.
at the creature?
Oh, no. So this is the drone.
Okay, so you don't have to look at it. You can just move it and fire.
Right. Leonard
so-
is not looking at the creature.
All right, so you're just firing in a direction.
Droney McDronerson is firing in the direction of those folks.
How are you averting your eyes? What are you doing?
Well, so that's what I'm thinking is
Would Leonard even know to do that?
no, because I would have seen him before the hood was off, right?
Yeah, probably
So I
with
would
the
know
hood on.
where they are. But
I'm-
I don't know that just thinking through that I would know.
That you would
not
know
to look
immediately
at it.
to not look at it because you failed your nature check. So why don't we roll that charisma save for you?
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Because it doesn't make sense that you would know, don't look at this thing. You don't even know what it is. It doesn't matter. You got it.
It doesn't matter. That
You
Umber
f-
Hulk can't touch me.
You feel its eyeballs trying to get into you. You're like, no, Umber Hulk.
A robot has more charisma than I do.
That's a +0, just in
Uh,
case anybody's
Dang.
keeping track.
So what was the saving for the cannon?
Oh,
So deck save.
it's a DC.
It rolls a 20. That Umber Hulk moves like a bitch.
So that's also going to hit these Dwergar, though.
Oh, okay. Is it in a cone shape?
It is a cone, 15-foot cone.
Okay. So we get 2 Dwergar that got to make deck saves.
They're taking 1 or 2 damage.
They both fail.
Okay, they take 2. Great.
I mean,
Yay.
it was a bad
Every little
roll.
bit
So
helps.
And then Leonard will, with his little eye, cast Shatter
ooh, where are you centering Shatter at?
on this little Dwergar.
Okay. So
Or
that's
the
gonna get
non-embiggened Dwergar.
a lot of them. Probably all of them.
10-foot sphere.
Okay, the Umber Hulk fails. Yeah, the 10-foot spear, you're going to get everything. 3 of the Dwergar. The Umber Hulk rolled a 6. I don't know. It's rolling quietly, but it rolled a 6.
All right,
Okay, so is that everybody fails?
everybody fails. 16 thunder damage.
That's pretty good.
And none of the Umber Hulk is not made of inorganic material. It is a
It's a bug.
okay. All right.
Yeah, 16 damage is pretty good for all these things. Your 2 friendly Dwergar are up. And, or one of them's up. And he's going to run up here and immediately look at the Umber Hulk and have to make a charisma save. He rolls a 7. And then he rolls an 8. What happens on an 8? On an 8, he makes 1 melee attack against a random creature. So let's see what's around him. We've got Zarya, we've got the drone. So we're gonna roll flip a coin, a D2. 1d4. So actually, I guess you could say the things around you are 1, 2, 3, 4. So he attacks. Just to be fair about it, we said Umberhulk was 1, Ordella's 2, Zarya's 3, and Drone is 4. So he makes a melee attack against Zarya as he's like confused
with disadvantage.
Well, he rolls an 8, so he swings his pick and misses at you. And I think this says makes 1 melee attack. Makes 1 melee attack, so he doesn't get second attack. He just makes a melee attack. And that's it. And that's his turn. Arcus, you're up.
Okay.
And Arcus, I want you to make that charisma save as well, because nobody knew what this thing was.
Oh, come on.
All right, Harkus, roll me a d8. You can tell instantly that it's its eyes that are doing it to you. So you know for next turn that you can avert your eyes to avoid it, like mind paralyzing you with its 4 eyes. With a 7, you're going to make a random melee attack against a creature around you. So Zarya's 1, Ordella's 2, Cadillac's 3, and Leonard is 4. Roll a d4 to determine which one of these companions you smack. Leonard. Make 1 melee attack against Leonard. Leonard, does a 14 hit you?
Oh yeah, double-digit numbers, pretty much. Do it.
7. Not bad. That could have been a lot worse.
Yeah,
That could have been a lot
have
worse.
Zarya, you're up. Same thing, charisma save.
Can I use my inspiration to re-roll that, please?
Yeah, you sure can. You can use inspiration to reroll any d20 check.
Oh my god, I totally forgot about my inspiration stuff. Oh well.
You can roll. You can use it if you want to save your next turn. You pass.
Perfect.
You can tell that its eyes are what's doing it to you. You now know that it's got magic eyes.
Okay. All right. So knowing that, I'm gonna just bow my head a little bit to look downwards, and I'm going to use my movement to place myself here. My spirit guardians follow me, but they don't do anything until these other creatures start their turn within it. So that's just my movement, and then I think that I am going to. They've all taken damage, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Everything up here is taking damage.
All right, I'm gonna toll the dead, and I'm gonna do the Umberhulk.
Okay.
It is a wisdom save.
Okay, it rolls an 8.
That is a fail.
So bow your head, and what do you do to toll? Or are you just like...
I think I'm once again just hitting the head of my axe into my shield, and then
Yeah.
it reverbs outward.
Gotcha. It hits it for a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Cadillac, same thing with you, wisdom save. Or I'm sorry, charisma save, Cadillac. That passes, Cadillac.
Oh, thank goodness.
You
I
can
was
tell
scared.
that you can tell that its eyes are trying to charm you, but you managed to pass.
Okay. Then I'm gonna go right up on him and whomp him. And bam, bam.
Yeah, that hit.
Yes.
One-handed or two-handed here?
Two-handed.
Two-handed. So that is 23. Yeah, this thing lets out a horrible noise. Any other movement? No. One of your Dwergar companions is up, and everybody's in the darn Spirit Guardians, I think. Oh, Zarya, you moved, didn't you?
I did. I moved up, so it moved.
So it
with
starts
me.
its turn in your Spirit Guardians.
Okay. Wisdom save.
10.
Fail. Take 16.
Before it can act, your Spirit Guardians slay it. It's
Perfect.
done. The Umber Hulk is up, but it is also in the Spirit Guardians. Okay. It rolls a 19.
That's a pass, but it still takes half.
Okay.
Not a great roll.
So, 3. Okay, let's see here. What's old Umber Hulk gonna do? Its biggest thing are its creepy eyes, which it's gonna make some attacks against you, Cadillac. Claws at you. Does a 14 hit you, Cadillac?
It does not.
Then 24 to hit does 10 slashing damage.
Ouch. You said that was 10?
Yeah, 10 slashing damage. And 21 to hit.
Yep.
13 slashing damage. As it lays into an ouchie on you.
I really could have used non-generic healing potion.
Mhm.
Really could have
one of
used a name brand one.
One of the Dwergar is up, and he's going to charge up and war pick at Ordella. 21.
Yeah.
Hang on. 7.
7 damage.
Yep. 7 piercing damage with his pick. The other one is up. He's in your Spirit Guardians. So he has to make a wisdom save. And 13.
Fail.
What's the damage? Yeah, it's just your Spirit Guardians. I don't know what they look like. One of my favorite Spirit Guardians of all time was Sally Scales, who was a cleric, and her Spirit Guardians were like Bibles that just swirled around her and beat to death her enemies.
Pamphlets.
Yeah. So I don't know what yours look like, but it kills it. Ordella, you're back up again. You failed. What you're going to do, Ordella, is run in a random direction. So roll a d4.
I don't
you're
get
gonna
to save or try again?
You failed the last turn, but it lets you have that attack. You want to use your inspiration to roll it again?
Yeah, I thought that's what I was gonna do.
Yeah. If you want to do that, use your inspiration. Roll a charisma save again.
Okay. Probably gonna fail again. Ah,
That fails again.
good piece.
So what you're going to do is you're going to roll a d4 and you're going to run in that direction. I was going to see which. So like 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're going to run left.
Yeah, I figured. I'm gonna headbutt into the insect, dude.
No, because you're going to hit Cadillac first. You run smack dab into Cadillac
Okay.
as you just come charging. Why don't both of you make dex saves? Ordella, you managed to stay on your feet as you run smack dab into Cadillac's behind. Cadillac, you fall as you just got chomped on by an Umber Hulk, and Ordella running into your back right after you got bit, just charging into you,
Trying to save him again.
knocks you onto your face. You're down on the ground, Cadillac. That's your turn. Leonard, you're up.
All right. Drone is going to move to here and do the same thing. Let me.
Rolls an 11. So it takes 7.
All right, and the Dwergar will get hit as well.
Okay. Dwergar takes 11, so he's also going to take 7.
All right, and then Leonard from safety is going to cast Firebolt at the Umber Hulk.
All right, if you're looking at it to cast Firebolt,
Every time I look at it.
every time you look at it,
Okay, I didn't know that, so I'm going to
Yeah,
take it.
make me a charisma save.
Do I get to hit it first?
Let me read to you what it says here. When a creature wait a minute. How far are you from it? Nope, you're in its range. Any creature within 30 feet of it that is able to see the Umber Hulk's eyes, the Umber Hulk can magically force you to make a charisma saving throw unless the Umber Hulk is incapacitated. Unless surprised, a creature can avert its eyes to avoid making the saving throw at the start of its turn. If the creature does so, it can't see the Umber Hulk until the start of its next turn, when it can avert its eyes again. I'll let you blindly shoot at it, but it's going to be disadvantaged.
No, I'll do the charisma save.
If you want to look at it to not have disadvantage, make me a charisma save.
Yeah, I'll do the charisma save because I have no way of knowing that.
No, you know that it's its eyes because it. After you've had one check, I'm giving you the knowledge of how it works.
No, but I don't. What I don't know is that because I know sometimes when we're impacted by magical effects, we have immunity to them when we succeed. That's just Leonard's knowledge of how stuff works.
Yeah, this is an every time thing. All right, roll a d8.
Yep. So I don't think I would know.
7. You make a melee attack against one random creature. So the creatures that are surrounding you are one of your Dwergar friends, one of your Dwergar enemies, Ordella and Harkus. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Just one, right?
One thing. Roll a d4.
Because I'm over here.
Oh, well, then if you want to say it has to be directly adjacent to you, then make a melee attack against Harkus. He meleeed you. That's fine.
Well, I mean, I guess if I get movement, I could melee anybody.
Well, I guess you really shouldn't get movement. It should just be those standing next to you.
All right, do
That
I
is
get
true.
to pick what weapon I use?
Yeah, it's just going to be melee. You can pick what weapon. Try to smite Harkus. It is not effective.
I tried.
You know, you tried your best, and that's what matters. I don't think your other Dwergar ever got an initiative. I'm going to give him an initiative of 0. Okay. I've lost the thread. Hang on, where are we? There we are. Who's up? The big Dwergar, he is still in Spirit Guardians. He's gonna Wisdom save. He passes that.
He still takes half.
It kills him. It way kills him. What do your Spirit Guardians look like just beating these Dwergar to death?
I mean, I picture them as mini versions of frost giants. So it's just like mini, like almost like models or.
Check these out.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
That's awesome.
All right. Yeah, beats it to death. What are you doing? It's dead. This is one of your friendly Dwergar. Does he have? If he's on your side, have you exempted him? From it?
Once they're exempted, then they're fine. So at the time that I cast it, he was in that room, so I would have exempted him.
Okay. Yeah, so he's gonna try to look away and run up and kind of blindly warpick at it. With disadvantage, he still hits it. Hits it once. For 6 damage. So he sort of manages to avert his eyes and not look at it and just run that direction and hits it. Harkus, you're up.
Um. So I know that at this point, I know looking in its eyes are bad.
Yeah, you know that if you're looking at it, basically, if you're looking at it, it has the ability to look back at you and sort of get into your mind.
So, can I just look at Cadillac and run up next to him, knowing that the thing is right next to him, and start swinging?
Yeah, you know where it is. You can run up there, but the swing is going to be disadvantaged because, like, how are you going to pierce its armor and, like, get into it? But I'll let you run
Well, I mean,
up there.
it looks pretty large. It looks like...
Yeah, it's still going to be, like,
Okay,
you're
fair
not
enough.
looking at what you're swinging at.
Okay.
So a closed eye swing with disadvantage, that still hits. Describe to me how you bring down the Umberhulk.
Basically, I'm going to hit it so hard that its little bug head flies off of whatever this sort of bug carapace thing is, and I'm going to just jump on top of the remaining body and start peeling it off, trying to skin the thing.
Ugh.
Nice. Special.
It doesn't have skin. It seems to be made out of chitin. It doesn't skin well as the chitinous material comes out.
I'm
But
trying to
Zarya,
cut it off and see if I can make like a shield out of it or something useful.
Zarya,
A
you're
sled
up.
for the snow.
There's one enemy Dwergar still present.
Okay. I'm going to move closer, but not necessarily within melee, but that should move my spirit guardians around him. So when he starts his turn, and I will once again toll the dead. May I have a wisdom saving throw, please?
Okay.
Has this guy taken damage or no?
He has. He rolls a critical success.
He takes no damage from toll the dead.
All right. Cadillac, you're up.
So
You see Harkus trying to skin chitin off of a giant cockroach that he knocked its head off of.
I don't mind saying that's horrifying. Remind me, does it merely exhaust my movement to get up, or does it also take an action?
It is half your movement to stand up.
Okay, so then I stand up, and then okay, I can get up to this Dwergar then.
Oh yeah, you can get up to him.
Yeah, and then I'm going to boop him on the nose with Dusk Crusher. And boop boop.
Yeah, roll. Okay. Describe how you bring him down, because I think you just cave his head in or something.
You know what? This is going to be. I'm not sure if you have seen in Doom, but I hit him on the head, and it literally cleaves his head into his chest cavity. It just embeds straight down into his chest cavity. It's a bit much, but it got the job done.
It's a bit gruesome. Harkus, roll me nature or roll me survival, Harkus, as you're trying to help the bug. With a 24, you are able. You said you were trying to pull off something for armor. You're able to like rip off the exoskeleton made out of chitin of this thing, and it is strong. You're convinced that a proper armor smith could take these chitinous plates and turn them into some sort of plate armor or shield. Absolutely.
Okay. Sweet.
It is tough stuff.
Put a roach belt in my bag.
Yeah. Its head rolls into its head with the creepy weird eyes rolls into like one of these tunnels around here. You stand in this room. There are a set of double doors over here to like more building type areas. The ceilings are higher in here, and there are tunnels that head off in various directions. One that seems to directly ahead of you that circles down very deep, and other tunnels that seem to be more mined out areas surrounding you.
Hey, Jeff,
yes.
can I attempt to fit the Umber Hulk head to the drone?
You're going to go pick up the Umber Hulk head?
Yeah.
And affix it to your drone?
Uh-huh.
Okay. How are you going to attach it?
Like a hat?
Yes. You're able to do this.
All right.
Are you hoping that it, like, has the ability to confuse things?
No, because the way you described it said it could choose to, and I imagine its ability to choose has been taken from it, much like its lifeblood.
Roll me Arcana. Roll me Arcana.
Arcana.
22. You know that, like, parts of creatures like this that have magical ability could potentially have, like be crafted into some sort of magical item. Like, if you were able to take the eyes off of the Umber Hulk's head and bring them to a proper, crafter, it would an item like. Imagine, like in Harry Potter, when you have to have the hair of a phoenix to make your wand. Like a proper, arcane crafter could potentially use something like the eyes of an Umber Hulk to create some magical item, but it wouldn't have any magical properties just attached to its dead head.
Okay, it's just for intimidation at this point.
Yeah, I'm just giving you that if you took this to a proper arcanist, they could potentially, with the proper amount of payment, turn it into something.
What would happen if someone were to inadvisably cast lesser restoration upon the head?
It is a dead head.
Okay.
The head would slightly come to life.
We only need 2 little bits of it to come to life. We don't even need the whole head.
Yeah, I think
then do greater restoration.
Just as a point of information, wouldn't perhaps a lesser restoration maybe make me not pelt crazed anymore?
It might.
But why would we want that?
Can I choose which to pick?
Just a point of order. The fact that you are pelt crazed, has anybody noticed?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Harkus is just like trying to rip the pelts off this thing madly. You have ripped off pieces of its carapace and have strapped them.
I don't think anybody cares at this point.
You have ripped off pieces of its carapace and strapped them to yourself.
Yeah, Zarya hasn't
That's
known
just
Harkus for very long, and she just very much thinks that he likes hides.
Yeah,
okay, it's just a thing.
I'm like trying to stick little like pieces of the carapace on my shoulders to make shoulder pads out of.
Nobody else is
razors and making all kinds of things out of.
Nobody else in the crew has said anything, so you just assume that this is normal. The 2 Dwergar that are with you look over and they tell you these are Zardoc. They tell you. I guess they tell Cadillac in sort of broken dwarvish undercommon. They say, these Zardoc's mines. And they point forward and they go, look at the tunnel the larger tunnel heading forward, and they go, circle deep down, deep dark. Deep, deep, deep. All the way down. And then they point back to the right and they say, Zardoc Forge. They point towards the sound where you can hear the sounds of licking flames coming from through the double doors over there. So they sort of say the mines here and forge over there.
So, because I'm still operating under the assumption that there's a giant dragon heart down there that is a pelt, I'm going to start going toward the forge entrance.
I think that we are approaching the 10-minute line. I'm going to say that you have Spirit Guardians for a minute or 2 longer, but not too much longer.
Fair enough.
That combat would have been at least a minute or 2.
Before we leave... I'm sorry, go ahead.
Plus the pre-combat. So, before you leave...
Before we leave, as we move into these spaces, I want to see if I can notice any either cracks or apertures where I might be able to see outside, because I want to be able to see when the dawn happens, if possible. Do I
okay.
have any way of telling that?
So you're a dwarf.
Yeah.
Roll me stone cunning. Like
Let's
you
see,
take advantage
abilities.
on this.
Okay. And that would be, how do I roll architecture?
Let's just say your make it be history. That's really about history of the stone itself. No. I guess survival is the roll. We've rolled a lot of survival, but it's kind of like, where are you in space? Like, is what you're wanting to sort of know? Like, where can I find the outside?
So I need to jump rope to use my stone cunning. So can I roll athletics?
No.
Darn it.
No. Okay, I'll give you a choice.
Yes.
It's going to be survival,
Uh-huh.
or history, or insight.
Or insight. Okay, we'll do insight. I don't roll that very often.
Insight, and take advantage. 18. You can tell that you are in sort of an underground layer. You were able to, and you know this as a dwarf that knows like where you are in space in a mountain, and you were like below the level of the surface of the earth at this point as you descended down that elevator that you broke. Or you're in a portion of the mountain that is entirely encased in stone. You were able to see the sky from the upper level through those arrow slots that let in all the cold air, but you can tell that you're deep here. So you would assume that the only way that you're going to see the sky is that, or the double doors that allowed the dragon to fly out of the Remember, there's like a giant double doors that you were able to look through that descended through the entire facility from the roof down to the forge. You're able to look through the bars at that shaft kind of thing up in the upper levels, and it's either that or ascend.
Okay. Well, fiddlesticks.
Yeah, you're in the deep mines right now. Zardok's deep mines.
I relay the directions that the Duergar told me to the rest of the party. Although it's pretty evident, I think, from what we can hear where the forge is. But
yeah, you can tell the forge. You can hear the sounds of the forge through these doors.
So I ask Bill and Ted here, where does this path go?
Which path? Highlight it for me.
The path to the west.
They say mines.
Mines.
Mining. Zardok mine crystal. Mine gold. Mine silver. Mine iron.
Black crystal?
Black crystal. He mines some. Steals some. Armies with Girth, Nildar, steel. Gather. Take crystal. Mine ores.
Very interesting. Well, thank you. Glory to Grandolpha.
Grandolpha! Yeah, so he basically says these are mines.
All right, to the forge.
Okay. You guys opening the doors to the forge area?
I don't know. I'm with you, fellers.
I'm following Harkus, so I'm near them.
Harkus opens the doors heading towards the forge, thinking that there is surely a dragon heart pelt together. As you open the doors into the forge area, Harkus, I will describe what you see momentarily. Allow me to The sound of the fire becomes much more intense as you open that door. And let me turn it down just a bit. So that's a bit loud. You hear the... Ooh. That is some Dwergar that are grunting and gibberizing. Alright, you open the doors to that forge area, and what you see is smoke filling this warm cavern. The ceiling in here is much higher. It's like 40 feet high to 20 feet high along the southern wall, and the source of the smoke and heat is a 10-foot tall stone forge that is shaped like a pyramid with its peak sheared off. Ripples of heat and flashes of fire spew from the top of the forge, which emits a deep, pulsating heartbeat. It is glowing and hot, and you can feel the heat just in this room giving off. Overlooking the forge are 4 20-foot tall guard towers with gray-skinned dwarves standing behind their low battlements. Stone stairs provide access to the tops of the 2 towers nearest the forge. South of the forge is an enormous 5-foot tall iron platform fitted with cranes and clamps, with short flights of iron stairs leading to the top of this platform. Surrounding it is a cleanup crew consisting of a female Dwergar with a horn and 6 of those quagga creatures that are just stained with soot, tossing scraps into a cylindrical container. In the 20-foot high ceiling above this bin is a giant rectangular hole. Additionally, standing at the top of this area with clamps, the iron clamps, is a Dwergar, an older-looking Dwergar man who appears to be wearing some form of regalia that is barking orders at the crew that is cleaning up the mess. Nobody has seemingly noticed you or has paid much attention to the combat that ensued over the roaring sound of the forge. As you look in there, the guard towers are sort of overlooking the entire area. You've been told that they haven't noticed you yet as you open the door. You've been told that in each of the guard towers there are some spies, at least one spy loyal to Grandolpha.
Do I see a dragon heart?
Roll me perception.
No, I do not.
Here's what you see. You see in the forge a beating, red, glowing object that appears to pulsate and beat with each contraction.
And that's
you don't know
this thing right here?
Hang on, I was looking at Zoom. This thing right here.
Yeah.
In the center of that thing is a beating, red, glowing thing. You don't know what it is, but that's the most forge-like thing in the room.
And this is the guy in the regalia.
Yep, and he seems to be barking orders at some things to the south that are picking a bunch of stuff up.
Okay. Then what I'm going to do is, if he is looking south and barking orders, I'm going to try to get over here and see what I can do about freeing this beating red thing that I'm suspicious might be my dragon heart.
Okay.
Who's that guy? Where'd he come from?
There are things happening around the forge.
All right, fair enough. Well, that's what I'm doing. I've already claimed it.
All right, you're charging over there.
Yes.
Are you just charging in there, or are you sneaking in there?
Well, I mean, I would try to be. I'm not crazy enough to be like stupid about things, but I'm gonna try and sneak over there. And
okay, roll me stealth, Harkus stealth, whatever that is.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, you managed to get over on the forge without really being noticed. You're very quick between the forging sounds, and you get right up to it. You can tell right now as you look into there is what looks like the beating heart of a dragon inside there. You don't need a intelligence check. You're supposed to make an Arcana check, but you know what it is at this point. It appears to still be alive, and it's pulsating and beating, and it looks like a dragon's heart.
Okay.
It is hotter than you would imagine.
Can I? I'd like to try and stab the heart.
Okay. Creatures, any creature who touches the forge for the first time or starts within contact with the forge takes 14 fire damage. You just take 14 fire damage as you're like right up on it and stab yourself into it, and roll me an attack roll. That's a hit. Roll damage.
And then I
Okay.
have the extra, was it 2d6?
Yep. Okay. You stab into it, and it definitely takes damage. You see it sort of quiver, and it V-fibs a little bit, and briefly goes into VTAC, and then like self-converts back into sinus rhythm. But now it's got a lot of PACs and PVCs. It's having a lot of PVCs.
Do I get a second attack on it?
I mean, yeah, it's not attacking you. You're not in initiative. If you're just going to stab at it again, you stab at it again. Take 14 more fire damage, please. That's a hit. Roll damage. Okay, Argus. As you stab your, what are you hitting it with? The long sword?
Yeah.
As you stab into it with the longsword, the forge just all of a sudden slowly, the beating heart of it dies out and starts to stop beating, and it starts to go cold as it stops beating. And all of a sudden, it is much, much cooler right next to you, and cold begins to wash over the room as the flaming, beating heart that you saw in here stops moving, and
So can I grab the heart
silent.
without damage now?
Yeah, it's no longer on fire.
Okay.
It's
I
big.
Snatched a dragon heart.
It's big. You reach into there and grab it. Arcus, everybody has noticed as the fire in the forge goes out. And as this happens, I don't know what everybody else is like thinking as they're seeing Arcus do this thing. Ooh, that's loud. But Harkus, you can roll initiative, Harkus. Let me get the initiative tracker up for you.
I feel like it might be a good time to take my inspiration.
You can use inspiration on initiative if you want to.
Maybe re-roll that 11. Oh, come on.
So is
No.
is Arcus carrying the dragon heart?
Yep. Arcus has it in his hands.
And I'm the only one who can see that.
I can see it too. I'm at the
everybody
door.
Everybody at the door that watched
Oh, the
Arcus.
door's open. Okay,
Yeah.
I just couldn't see anybody else.
We're all just kind of standing there gawking
Okay.
at him.
Right.
Are we able to roll initiative as well, or no?
Yeah, you
No.
guys can roll initiative as you see this happen.
Did they watch me get burned? Do they know that I'm badly?
It's like, what's wrong with you? There's no pelt in there.
I'm burned. I'm very badly burned.
I'm just gonna say that the 6 Dwergar that are immediately surrounding you, in the guard towers, are the ones that notice this first.
Oh, please. I got a 12. I didn't click it, I guess.
All right, let me get you in there. Fortunately, a lot of them rolled bad initiatives.
I mean, it seems to me like those 6 were probably on my side anyway.
You were told there was 1 in each, but you were also, what you were also told was that they would only turn if they saw that the fight was going your way. Otherwise,
I just took the dragon heart. That's got to be pretty good.
It's
a pretty solid accomplishment.
It's something. All right. Here's what happens first. The first Dwergar that's up there, it has a, it's got a crossbow. And it's going to fire at you from the ceiling. Fires an 11. Is that a hit? That's a miss.
Nope.
Whoops.
Nope.
Ordella, you're up. Ignore those other rolls.
Okay.
You just saw Harkus grab, like, get burned to death and grab a dragon heart. And now people are shooting arrows at him as the alarm is being raised.
Okay. Well, I am going.
Everybody just looked at Harkus, just Leroy Jenkins, the dragon's heart. Literally, just like, I'm gonna go get it.
Okay.
Sometimes you gotta drag the heart by the horns.
All right, I'm gonna firebolt this Dwergar here in the front. Yes.
Okay.
13.
That's a miss.
Ah. And again.
That's double miss.
Even worse.
You've got your Spirit Guardians for like 1 more minute. Dwergar in the back, he moves up to the arrow slits and rings an intruder bell and fires a heavy crossbow at you, Harkus. That's a 2.
Nope.
Zarya, you're up.
Okay.
Zardok Sunblight has turned and is seeing this happen.
Okay. As far as this forge goes, the way it's built, the heart was in the center. Does the forge like go up and around it, or
It's
is
like
it?
Yeah, it's like a pyramid shape that was open. Imagine like it's got like a top part and a bottom part with like a cage. Imagine like a cage almost that's shaped like a pyramid with the heart in the center.
Essentially, can I see through it to the other side?
Yes.
I can. In that case, this is crazy. Okay. Hold on, I need to measure.
I love crazy. That's the best.
Yeah, and I'm going to assume that this is still like essentially lava. All right, so the place
Now these guys
playing...
are 20 feet up in towers, 20 feet high above. So like if I give you like, hang on, let me just make this a little clear.
Okay, so hypothetically, if I were doing something that were a 20-foot cylinder, would that hit their feet or no?
If you place it a little bit above the ground level, then yeah. They're 20 feet high. It would scrape below their feet. I'll give you. Okay, I'll give it to you. If it's 20-foot cylinder, is it 20-foot radius and 20-foot height?
Oh no, it's a 40-foot radius and it's 20-foot height. I think I'll cast it a little bit higher up in the air, so it won't actually go to the ground.
Okay.
I will cast Sleep Storm.
Holy shit!
Yeah, so we'll cast it probably 10 feet in the air.
Now this is concentration, is it?
Yes, it is. So
your Spirit Guardians drops.
Spirit Guardians drops.
But this is
it's a 40-foot radius, 20-foot tall cylinder. So yeah, I can. I'm trying not to hit Harkus, so I want it to. Well, although he would be below it, so I guess it wouldn't matter.
Hold that out there. Keep that out there so I can see how wide this needs to be.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Like, essentially, I want to obscure their view and make their height advantage go away. It also becomes difficult terrain for them, and if they start their turn in the middle of it, they could potentially fall prone if
Now,
they
are you
fail
going
a
to try
dex
to
save.
are you going to try to get the other tower like here?
Well, I mean, based on where I'm centering it, I should be. Wait, which tower are you talking about?
Like all 3 towers.
Yeah. So I think based on where I'm centering it, I can get the corner of this.
Yeah. Like that.
Yeah. So like it goes all the way out here.
Well, you kind of keep moving it, so.
I mean, it's centered out of this square. It's a radius centered on this square.
Alright, so if you want it centered there, then I'm gonna have to make this a little larger even still. That's insane.
And I guess
it's like
I would.
that.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. But it would be above Harkus's head.
Yeah, it's above Harkus. So Harkus is not in it. It's like 5 feet or 10 feet above Harkus's head. Holy.
And I can
cannoli.
cast that out to 150 feet. So after casting it, I'm going to move to the side, out of the doorway, and let other people do what they want to do.
Okay, so what does that do? Is it just obscuring their vision and...
Yeah, so until the spell ends, freezing rain and sleet fall in a 20-foot tall cylinder with a 40-foot radius centered on a point you can choose within range. The area is heavily obscured, and exposed flames in the area are doused. The ground in the area is covered with slick ice, making it difficult terrain. When a creature enters the spell's area for the first time or starts its turn there, they must make a dexterity saving throw or fall prone.
Okay, it's gonna get the towers are gonna be slick, but the ground of the forge is not.
Right.
So it's like your choice.
Yeah, no, I want to obscure the towers because I don't want them above us to be shooting down at us. while we
Gotcha.
do anything else.
That's awesome. Harkus, you're up.
Okay. What I'm going to do is run underneath that.
Yeah.
And sort of up under the edge of the tower.
Yeah.
And then once I get there, I'm going to pop a couple of healing potions.
Yeah, you can do that.
So
Harkus chugs some healing. Ordella, you're up next. I kind of this is not in the proper order here.
So I'm up now? Or...
Yeah, you weren't
Okay.
in the proper. You were not in the proper order, so you're up
Okay.
now.
All right.
You got skipped because it didn't add you automatically. So you have the initiative to you.
Okay. Let's see. Instead of getting closer, I think I'm just gonna hit it with Firebolt again. And fail. You know, I'm gonna get my Dancing Longsword out.
Okay.
That's an action or the bonus action?
It is an action to
Okay.
get it out.
Okay.
It is a bonus action to move it around.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get it out. And then I'm going to put it over here by this front Dwergar.
All right, you're gonna move it up onto the ledge.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
You can bonus action attack with it. That's a
yay.
hit.
Yes.
12. Let me
Yeah,
just
for 12.
Quick roll here. Okay. He takes a big ol' hit. Real hard. Cadillac, you're up next. What do it, Cadillac?
Okay, so I enter the room right here, and not having any idea whatsoever if this is going to work. I hold a dust crusher in front of me, and I just say a prayer to Sylvanas and close my eyes, and I attempt to ignite the death ray, having no idea if it's going to work because I don't know what time it is and I don't know if a dawn has elapsed.
Okay. Where are you pointing the death ray at?
I am going to point it. So I'm not sure how topography is going to work here for me.
When was the last time you death rayed?
I don't remember. It's been a while, but I'm not sure. I don't think it's necessarily been 24 hours, but what I don't know is with the passage of time if a dawn has elapsed.
You have not death rayed inside of Zardok's keep.
Yeah, I don't.
So you rested before you entered Zardok's keep, so you have not used it this day.
Yeah, it specifically resets on at dawn.
Yeah, you have
not
it.
on a rest.
You have it.
So if can I conduct a straight line attack being down here up to these Dwergar, or are we going to honor the trigonometry here, which says that I probably can't do that?
The trigonometry says you can get the one that is standing at the edge there looking over with his crossbow that just fired at Harkus.
Yeah. What is this guy down here doing?
That is Zardok Sunblight. He is wearing regalia, and he has turned at the commotion that's happening and is pointing in your direction and barking orders. And at the end of this 6-second initiative round, he's going to get an initiative and do things.
I'm shooting him then.
You're sun-raying at him. I love it. What is how far does your ray go?
60 feet. I got him.
All right. So there is a 60-foot ray that is like here to here. Oh, it's green. I should have had like hang on, maybe it's like this. Maybe it looks like this actually. There we go. How's that?
That's perfect.
Ooh, those effects are awesome.
Yeah.
What does he have to do?
Okay, so each creature in the line must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, creature takes 6d8 radiant and is blinded.
Zardok
On a
rolls
successful save, it takes half as much.
Zardok rolls 23 for his saving throw. It is a 23.
Okay, so that probably succeeds. What is that roll against?
Constitution. It tells you on the item.
It just says a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, I'll look it up. Hang on.
Okay. Yeah, I'm reading the instructions from Sunbeam. I should be reading from.
Yeah, it casts the Sunbeam spell. It's a DC 15. When holding Dust Crusher, the wielder can cast Sunbeam with a DC of 15.
Okay.
So yeah, he passes. But
Yeah.
he's still going to take half the damage.
So let's see. That was going to be then 3d8. And then, really?
You unleash a beam of sun. It does 4 damage to it.
And he isn't blinded.
No, you gave him a sunburn, a little sunburn, and he's real pissed off.
Is he undead? He's
No.
not undead. Okay.
No, he is a warlock. You know that much.
Okay, and this thing stays activated for a period of time, right?
Yes,
Yeah, that's what I thought I remembered.
it's a concentration thing.
Yep.
Sunbeam. It's however long the sunbeam spell can go for.
Cast time on action, range, evocation.
Duration.
Yeah, it just says for the duration. Duration 1 minute.
Yeah, so you got 10 rounds
So yeah, so basically for the duration of the attack.
of the combat,
Got it.
basically.
Yeah.
Unless you don't wrap it up in 10 rounds.
So then I guess my next attack is to fling a javelin at this guy up here.
So using Dust Crusher is an action. You're not going to get multiple attacks.
Oh,
if you're using
okay.
Dust Crusher.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair.
Leonard, you're up. You and your drone.
So drone is going to fly up to here.
Okay.
And 15-foot cone in this direction.
All right. All those Dwergar are going to have to take it. 19, 13, 6. So
all
two
right.
of them fail?
I think it's a DC 14. Yeah, so all fail.
The 19 passes.
Yeah, 2 of them fail.
Okay. -9. -9.
And the other one takes half. Cool.
And he's going to take 4.
And then I'm going to run to here.
Okay.
And
under the sleet storm.
Right. I need to break out my measuring stick. Okay. I'm going to run to here, and I'm going to use my pipes of haunting.
Ooh.
So, each creature within 30 feet of me that hears me must succeed on a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw or become frightened of me for 1 minute. All creatures that aren't hostile, I will choose to automatically succeed.
How far from you?
30 feet. So it should get...
The question is, do we use the trigonometry of their 20 feet up? What's the hypotenuse of 20 feet over? Now, we're just going to say you can get them. You get that guy. You get anything that's within. I'm going to say anything within 30 feet of the ground. You get 2 of the ones on the far turret and everything on the near turret, and this guy. It's coming around the bend that you can see now as you're down here, and he is wearing what appears to be a robot suit similar to what they have in Alien, where he's got giant robotic claws that the Dwergar man is sitting in.
Jeff, does that look like, as an artificer, I might know, does that look like a battle suit or a loader suit?
A loader suit.
Okay, all right.
It is 100% designed to pick up heavy rocks and things.
I don't like heavy rocks and things. So.
Yeah, but he's also going to make that save. So it's a, what is it, wisdom?
It is a DC 15 wisdom save.
Loader suit guy makes a 5. Actually, wait, who's that? Yeah, that's loader suit guy makes a 5, rolls a 5. The Dwergar in the top tower roll a 7, 16, and 8. And in the other tower, it's a 2 and a 2. Only one of all of these Dwergar are not afraid of you. There's just one.
Well, and they can't see me, so all they heard was a haunted pipe melody coming from the former site of the Dragonheart Forge. They have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, I need to look up the condition frightened, what this implies. Disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while its source of its fear is within line of sight. Here's a question. If they're in a sleet storm...
Okay. Huh.
I'm gonna give it to you. You're within earshot. I think rule of cool applies here. They hear the horrible haunting piping sounds, and as long as they can hear the piping within that range, they are frightened.
And then they can't willingly move closer to me.
Yeah, they're not coming down. This guy is the only one not afraid, and he's got a flying sword and a drone with a Umberhulk head on it up in his zone. I don't know what he's gonna do. He's gonna try to, I guess, attack the drone. 22 to hit the drone. That is 9 piercing damage to the drone. And does a 13 hit the drone? So he did 9 piercing damage to the drone. Okay. This Umber Hulk is afraid. He's going to try to fire his crossbow down at Granite Guts, but it's not going to be very effective if it's a critical miss. This Umber Hulk is afraid and can't see shit. He's got quadruple disadvantage. I don't even know what he's going to do. He's going to try to run out of here. It's difficult terrain, and
well, at the beginning of their turns, they need to be making dexterity saving throws to see if they fall prone.
Oh, good. Yep, that's a fail. He falls on his face. All right, I'm going to use half his movement to get him up, and he's going to try to run down the steps, and yeah, he's going to fall down the steps. I'm just going to say, like, he slips on the ice storm and falls down the steps here. He just barrel rolls down the steps. We'll give him 9 points of bludgeoning damage as he falls down the steps, and he's prone at the bottom of the steps. And I think that's all he's gonna. He's had enough. That's his turn. Actually, he still has an action, so I guess he can, from the ground, with disadvantage, fire an arrow at Leonard, who's piping a terrible noise. 15, Leonard.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Give me 6 piercing damage. Are you concentrating on the sound, the frightened sound?
I don't think so.
Huh.
Because it's expending a charge of a magical item.
Okay, so the spell is not a concentration then. Nice. All right. The other Dwergar's up. He can't see anything in here. Dex save to see if he falls prone. He does. Down on the ground. Half his movement to get up and try to make it down. And
it's also difficult terrain, so it should be half the movement to move.
Half the movement to move. Yeah. Yeah, he can't even make it to the steps. He's going to dash and try to make it down. But I'm going to make him make another dex save. And yeah, he's going to fall down the steps. These two Dwergar both fall down the steps and are going to take damage as they fall down the steps. Seven bludgeoning damage to him as he rolls down the steps. And that's going to be it for his turn. All right, we have been through one order of initiative here. Up next, Zardoc Sunblight gets an initiative. As he's seen you now, and he's definitely in the game. Along with your two Dwergar companions. Who each get initiatives now. And that robot guy, Zardoc, gets his turn in initiative. What's Zardoc gonna do? What's Zardoc gonna do? Zardoc is gonna enlarge himself. As he gets bigger. And he's going to look over at you, Cadillac.
Oh, don't look at me. No, don't look at me.
You just, like, sunburned him. And he's going to say, Deep Zura can do the same. And he unleashes a blast of energy as he fires off 2 Eldritch blasts at you. The first one is a 21 to hit. And it does 7 force damage. And the second one is a 9 to hit, and that misses. Your Dwergar buddies are up, and they charge through. And he says, Bergendolfa! And what should he do? He sort of looks over to you, Cadillac, as if to say he can't see anything through the sleet storm that's been cast, and there's a fracas going on up above, and he sort of looks at you and says, sort of like, what do?
I tell him to help us secure the towers.
Okay. He'll do that.
So I guess the one closest to the entrance here.
Yeah, he'll charge over to the edge of the tower, and he will chuck a javelin up there. 17. Boy, none of the Dwergar's things hit. That's 8 damage to that other Dwergar that's up there. There are a lot of Dwergar. Sorry for all the enemies here. Is what it is. This one's up here on the battlements here, looking kind of bad, and he's going to fire a crossbow at the drone that's up there, I think. He crits on the drone. So that's 12 damage to the drone. So the drone's taken 9 and 12 total. What is it still here? And he's going to do that again. Actually, he can't. That's it. It's that crossbow. Only one shot. It's your other Dwergar buddy's up. And he comes charging through and says, For Grandolpha! And looks over at you, Cadillac, and it's like, what do?
Charge the towers to the battlements.
He'll do that. He can just make it over there, and he's gonna throw a spear at the other Dwergar that's over there. And he misses. Ordella, you're up.
Okay. I am going to use, let's see, Firebolt again from my distance. What? Gee.
I can't help your rolls be better. What were you firebolting at?
This Dwergar in front with that I got my sword on. Oh well. Let me see. I'll firebolt him again, and then I'm gonna use my longsword.
All right, that is that's a hit.
Good. About time.
Oh, that kills that guy.
Good. Okay.
He's way down.
Then I'm gonna move my longsword, my dancing longsword, over to this other guy that was behind him, and attack him.
That's a miss.
For nothing. Oh well.
The giant robotic Dwergar comes stammering out. I'm just gonna put this on the map. In the giant hammer suit, he comes up to Leonard. Claws extended.
No, he does not.
Oh wait, he's frightened of you, isn't he?
He is.
Yeah, he can't move any. He's trapped there. He can't. He's trapped there. Does he get to make that save again?
He does at the end of his turn.
That's all he's gonna do. He's gonna stand there and click at you. Because he just sort of stands there and clicks at you. Because he can't move any further forward out of his little hole. Okay. What is it? Wisdom save?
Yeah, DC 15.
He gets a -1. DC 15 -1. Yeah, he's into that little hole. He's afraid to come out. He won't come out. He's clicking his little like click suit. Zarya, you're up.
Okay. I will move up. All right. I believe that spiritual weapon does not require concentration. So bonus action, can I throw up a spiritual weapon in front of Zardoc? Right here.
Yeah. What is your spiritual weapon again? It's an axe, right? With
Yeah,
two-headed.
Yes.
Let me see if I can find that. I thought I had it.
Yeah, you had something. All right.
Yeah, I had an icon for it, and I don't know where it went. I'm just gonna give you the sword icon for now, just until I can find it.
Yep, that's fine. All right, and I should be able to attack with it as soon as it comes out.
Yep.
Oof. Nope. Okay.
Yeah, it misses Zardoc.
All right, so that was bonus action. Action. I don't know if he's taken damage or not, but I'm going to try to toll the dead on him. That's also 60 feet, so he should be within range. Wisdom save.
He rolls a 12.
That
he has taken
fails.
damage. He got sunburned by a Cadillac.
Okay, so 14. And then I'm gonna dart back slightly outside the door again.
Okay. It's one of the Dwergar that's upstairs in the icy peaks. And he has to make a saving throw to not fall over.
Next.
16, he doesn't fall over. It's difficult terrain, so he has half movement. He's only able to get like 15 feet, so he can get to the bottom of the steps.
Jeff, technically that's closer to me.
That's true. Nope, he gets to the edge there, and he's afraid to come at you. He can't see you, but he won't move any closer. I don't even think he can target you because of the sleet storm. He can't even target either of you. He's just going to try to make a wisdom save against this. Yep, he fails it. It's a 9. He gets close, and then he sort of backs up, and he doesn't know what to do. Harkus, you're up underneath the battlements here.
Okay. So first, I'm going to move here. And then I'm going to use my Breath of the Dragon in a 20-foot cone to get these two that are here and the big guy.
Okay, yep, you can do that.
So it is a dexterity saving throw, DC 13.
Okay, the big robot construct guy that lumbers slowly rolls a 14 somehow. And the other two Dwergar, they roll a 13 and a 10. So we got one fail out of the bunch.
So 6, 6, and 11.
Okay.
And then I am going to take the dash action and spend a key point to do Step of the Wind and Wings Unfurled, which basically gets me some wings. And I'm going to fly up
into
here.
The difficult terrain.
I'm going to fly up here, where I assume I'm still hidden from him because the sleet storm is here.
Yeah, it's going to be sort of difficult terrain, so
Yeah.
it takes 40 feet of your movement to get up there.
Okay.
So you're going to have to kind of dash.
As I pass by him, I'm going to say, "For Grindalfa," and see
Okay.
if he is the. And see if he is
Is he one of the three? I'm gonna roll it on my phone randomly to determine if he is one of the spies, and you're not gonna know right now. I have a D3 that I can roll.
So my thought was, the thinking behind this was, since the other two used their actions to actively come down and attack us, that the one who was remaining up here was most likely the one who was on our side.
Oh, he's just terrified of Leonard. Leonard's down there singing. As far as I can tell, Leonard has a microphone and is doing some crooning down at the bottom. Is it like some Sinatra or something? You're crooning down at the bottom and everybody else is just horrified of it. Yeah, you do that and we'll see what happens on his turn. I rolled a D3 to determine. Cadillac, you're up. You still have your sunbeam activated.
Yeah.
Your Care Bear stare.
Yeah, and that will just continue even though if I don't use it for a turn, right?
It's concentration.
Is it?
Uh-huh. Pretty sure.
Are we sure about that?
Pretty sure. Concentration up to a minute.
Flip. I really needed to do something else.
I mean, you can do other things. It just takes your concentration.
And then I won't be able to reignite this.
No. You can still do other stuff. You just can't do something else that requires your concentration.
Okay, so I can turn it off and turn it back on again, as long as it's within this sequence of attacks.
No, the beam is still out there.
So what I want to do is can I cast another spell, and then next turn go back to using Sunbeam?
As long as the spell does not require your concentration.
One action touch. I don't know. It doesn't. This is a buff. Okay, so I turn to Ordella and I say, Ordella, the light will win this day. Take heart and don't let the darkness get to you. And I give us both heroism. Because I'm feeling a little bit wobbly myself. And
are you still pointing the sunbeam at Zardoc?
Yes, but this takes an action. It's not a bonus action.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that it takes an action to keep the sunbeam pointed at him.
Oh no, I meant heroism, casting heroism.
Yeah. I mean, okay,
if I can do both in one turn,
you can't. But... You can't, because it's like a ray beam. Yep. You create a new line of radiance as your action on any turn until the spell ends. Okay. So it's like you turn it off, turn it on.
That's what I thought. I didn't think I was going to be. I did not anticipate I was going to be able to do both. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't ruining Sunbeam by doing this.
No, you're not.
The active part of this, though, Ordella, is that effective the coming turn, you will begin accruing one temporary hit point until the end of this battle. So each turn you'll get one additional temporary hit point. This may be the only thing that keeps Cadillac from dying. I've got 7 hit points.
Oh. Okay.
So yeah, that's the reason I have to do this, because one more hit and I'm dead. So
Maybe
I've got to do something.
Break away and hide behind me then.
I'm gonna stick in here, but hopefully this will help save my hide.
Brave Cadillac, go for it. Leonard, you're up.
All right. Drone is going to do his drone thing.
Okay. So, who all is it aiming at? There's two of them. There's.
It should get both of them.
Okay.
15-foot top.
All right. 13 and a 15.
Okay, so that's 1 save, 1 fail. 15
Okay.
takes 4. 13 takes 8.
8 and 4.
And just for those of you keeping track at home, the Eldritch Cannon has 5 times my Artificer level of hit points. So it has 30 hit points.
And it's taken like 20 something.
Yeah, it's taken like right at 20, something like that.
All right. The Dwergar that's up there
And then
next.
Leonard.
Go ahead with Leonard's action.
Yeah, Leonard is going to do his thing, which is, I think, to aim at.
You got a couple guys down here on the ground that are coming at you. They're afraid of you though now.
Yeah, I'm gonna move. I'm probably gonna regret this. I'm gonna move to here.
Okay.
And then cast Thunder Wave.
Oh. Okay.
Which should hit all 3 of these.
We got a 3, 17, and a 10. 1 pass.
Okay, so the fails are going to take 13 and get pushed back some amount of feet.
5
10
feet.
feet away.
10 feet. So this guy blows backwards into this room back here 10 feet. This guy is killed outright. And then this guy takes, it's half 6. No. He is killed as well.
Oh, all right.
You blew him out.
I do not regret that Thunder Wave.
Yeah, the passer only had enough hit points left that even passing, he was dead.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
It is the Dwergar next to the drone is up, and he's going to pick at the drone. He crits on the drone with his pick. That does 12 damage to the drone.
Okay, I think the drone had taken 12 and 8.
Yes.
So the drone has taken all its 30 hit points. The drone with the Umber Hulk head on top slowly lowers down to the ground in a defeated buzzing.
Does it just disassemble and then like come back into your like arm?
It just like falls down and then slumps over, and the Umber Hulk head sort of slides off.
Slides off of it. Okay. That's what that guy did. It's the other Dwergar that's up there, and what's he gonna do? These guys have yelled for Grandolpha at him. He's going to move and he's going to throw a spear at. He's going to throw a javelin down at probably Ordella.
Oh.
Critical miss.
Yay.
Zardok's Sunblight is up. Zardok. What is Zardok gonna do? Got it. Zardok is going to leap off of this thing. Past the spiritual weapon. I'll let you make a opportunity attack with it if you want. So why not? Seems fair. I mean, I know it's not in the rules, but it seems fair to me.
Sure.
That's a hit. Okay. Zardoc leaps off of the thing and steps forward and reaches his hand out and makes a grasping motion and turns his fist over and clenches it. And as he's doing that at you, he does this sort of like turn and clench motion. I need you or Della to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
You pass.
Yay!
As you feel him trying to grasp around you, and you can feel like psychic tendrils wrapping around your arms as if to restrain you. You manage to psychically fend off whatever sort of spell he was casting on top of you.
And just as a reminder, the glory of Sylvanas prevents her from being frightened. I'm not sure if that was a component of that or not, but the heroism makes her immune from that until the end of the thing.
Good to know. Your other Dwergar buddy is up, and he's going to charge up there and take a pick to the other Dwergar. He misses both times. Hooray. The Quaggoths that were busy loading scrap metal into the forge are up, as they have finally figured out what's going on in the fracas, and they are going to enter the fray. They have a speed of 30 feet and can dash 60. So this guy is going to dash up to about where Zardoc is. And that's his turn. The Dwergar woman with the horn that was barking the orders at the Quaggoths is up. And she's going to basically turn her horn, blow them at the Quaggoths, and she says, in full common, kill them all! Kill them all! As she orders the Quaggoths into battle, and that's basically all she does. The Dwergar Hammerer is still frightened of you and can't move any closer, and is just standing in that room clicking his clickers. He's going to roll wisdom again to try to break free of your frighteningness.
Poor guy.
Okay, he crits. 17. Does that pass?
Yes. DC 15.
Yeah. So he's no longer frightened. But that's his turn.
Right.
Because he can only do it at the end of his turn, so that's it. Ordella, you're up.
Okay.
You can tell Cadillac is hurt bad.
Yeah. I wish he would just go crawl in a corner somewhere and not die. Okay. So who is mostly attacking him?
Right now, Zardoc mostly. The Dwergar up in the turret are mostly taken care of. Your Dwergar buddies have got them wrapped up.
All right, so this one down here at the bottom.
The big guy,
Yeah.
Zardoc Sunblight,
Okay.
and the Quaggoth that's charging. Looks like the
Okay.
biggest threats.
So I'm going to firebolt Zardoc. Maybe.
Okay.
Yes, no. And again. Wow.
Oh man.
Gee. Okay. And I'm going to move my dancing longsword over to him and attack him with that.
That's a hit.
Yay. Finally something. 9. Or 1. I don't know what it'd do.
Yeah, 6.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't. Okay. Shoot. Dadgummit. Sorry. That's 6 minus 6. All right, Zardock takes that. It is another one of the Quaggoths that's up, and it's going to dash up next to Zardock. That's its turn. Harkus, the Dwergar man that was next to you is up, and he looks at you, and he says, like slaps his chest and says, "For Grandolpha."
Yes. Then what I'm going to do is sort of motion for him to come with me, and I'm going to jump off the ledge.
He looks afraid to jump off a 20-foot ledge.
Well, he doesn't have to jump. I'm going to tell him to I'm going to motion for him to run down the stairs.
Okay. He has to make a dex. He has to make a dex save.
That's fine.
You say, "Come on," and he falls on his face.
Oh well.
And hang on, we're not done here. And he slides down the steps. As you say, "Come on," and he falls down the steps. And he's going to take 10 bludgeoning damage at the bottom. You say, "Come on," and it's and he looks up at you, and he realizes that he's closer to Leonard, and you just see him like skittering backwards away from Leonard.
So,
Actually, he can't get down the steps. He can't get closer to Leonard. None of that happens. He gets to the edge of the steps and realizes, just backs up and looks at you and says, "No, no, no," and points down where Leonard is.
He can try to make a save though.
At the end of his turn.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna tell him that Leonard won't hurt him.
No. He's magically frightened. He's
all right.
just,
Well,
no.
Okay. So I have slow fall, so
Yeah.
I can sort of basically jump and not take any damage.
Yeah.
And then what I'm going to do is basically run to the edge here and tuck in behind sort of the forge.
Yeah. Leonard, he fails the check. He's still terrified of you, and he won't get any closer. He will not leave his
Poor
perch.
guy.
And then I'm going to fire my short bow a couple of times at Sunblight.
Okay. That's a miss. That's a hit. Big hit. Zarya, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna move to where I can see again. And then I am sorry, I forgot that I had something. I had a plan, and then I remembered that I had something. I need to check something one real quick. Okay, yeah. I was gonna conserve my spells, but I think it's worth it. Can I get a Constitution saving throw? I'm gonna center a shatter right here. So I should be able to get both of them as well as the big guy, Zardock, and then both of these other guys.
Okay, yeah, you can do that.
So it's a con save.
Okay. Zardock is 14. And the Quaggoths. You've seen these things before, the Quaggoths. They're what you encountered in the throne room. These are not the Spore Servants, though. We got a 17 and a 10. 14, 17, 10.
Okay, so the 17 passes, the other two fail. Rather than roll damage, can I use my Channel Divinity to do Destructive Wrath? And because this is thunder damage, I deal max damage automatically.
Yes.
So Shatter is a maximum of, it's 3d8, so 24 damage.
Yeah. Zardock just lets out a massive ringing, and he takes 24 damage.
Okay,
One of the Quaggoths takes 24, and then the other one takes half that, so 12.
Okay, that was my action. With my bonus action, can I move the spiritual weapon and attack with it?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm gonna continue going after Zardoc.
Okay. Hits. Say.
All right, and I feel like I need to stay in the room now. So I'm not gonna keep ducking out. That's the end of my turn.
All right. Another one of the Quaggas is up and is going to charge up near to the fray. That's its turn. Cadillac, you're up. More of these Quagga things are charging up from their unloading the forge positions next to the giant Zardoc. You still have your Care Bear Stare concentration. You do have movement.
I do.
You could, I suppose, get them all in line, but it would require a risky maneuver for you to separate yourself from your allies.
It would. And for the moment, I do not think I'm going to take that risk, but I am going to move over one slot here, and then, yeah, I'm going to reactivate the Death Ray.
Are you just going after Zardoc, or are you going to try to go a little further to get like in line with him and one of the Quaggoths?
I didn't think I could quite make that work because I think I would have needed to be here, but if we can do it from here, then yeah.
You'd need to be like here, like one space down. I mean, you have your full movement.
Yeah. I am very fragile at the moment. Oh,
yeah, I think you can do it. You can do it. You can do it from there.
Speaking of which, let me go ahead and add a temporary hit point.
I have a line that you can get there. So yeah, you can do it from that space next to Harkus.
Okay.
So you're activating the Sunbeam.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do then. Yeah.
All right, so it's Dex saves or Wisdom saves.
Let me check. It is con save.
Con saves. I was wrong on all accounts. A Zardoc fails, rolls a 7. And the Quaggoth passes, rolls a 16.
Okay,
DC 15 con save.
68.
Oh! 68?
Yes.
68?
Yes. And for a success, it would be 3.
Holy cannoli. All right, so Zardoc takes 20 from the Care Bear's stare.
And he's blind as a bat.
Yeah,
He's
and
blinded.
the Quaggoth takes 10. He's blinded. He lets out a wail. It's becoming more and more obvious that Zardoc might be in a spot of trouble here, and several of the Dwergar in the tower may be starting to notice this. Leonard, you're up.
All right. I am going to bonus that. So I'm going to, from over here, cast at Zardoc catapult with a shard of metal on the ground.
Does blinded give him disadvantage on this?
I would think so, but I don't. Not that I can tell. I think it's more my aim is either good or not. Although he is trying to dodge it.
A blinded creature fails any ability check that requires sight. Attack rolls against a blinded creature gain advantage, while hang on. While blinded creatures' attack rolls are made with disadvantage. It doesn't say anything about saving throws. And it fails any ability check that requires sight. This is a dex save, so I don't think it does. He critical fails it. Oh my god. Leonard, he had 13 hit points. All right, Leonard, what does this look like after Granite Guts blinds him and blasts him with a ray beam, and you launch a catapult at him?
So I pick up telepathically or magic kinetically, pick up one of the shards from the remnants of the Dragonheart furnace, and it levitates and lines up with his eye, and then just, he can't see it coming, just straight through the eye, and he drops.
And I think that, folks, is the moment that we are going to suspend for the night. As the Quaggoth monsters are still charging at you, and you see a bullet pelt through Zardok's head, as the giant beastly Dwergar in charge of the entire facility falls down unresponsive. Several of the other Dwergar look around in some confusion, as if not knowing quite what to do. The Quaggoths are still charging in your direction to try to make mincemeat out of the last of you. And we're still in combat, and we will end it here for the evening with what's going to happen next. And will you guys survive? Will Zardok's minions turn upon each other? Will you be able to convince them that Grandolpha is their savior and conquer the remaining, get the Quaggoths subdued, and not be destroyed in the process? The forge is broken. Zardok is dead. The dragon, however, is still raining its terror upon the 10 towns.
Yeah, and oh yeah, what about that dragon?
When we return next time to Rime of the Frostmaiden, we'll find out these answers. I hope everybody had a good time. Sorry it ran late tonight, but that was a really cool way to handle that situation. And we will see you guys next week with the answer to those questions.
Good night, y'all.
Awesome.
Good night, everybody.
Night.